Hi everyone, we are about 30 k's north of Catherine at the moment. Been in the territory for a few days. Yeah, we just thought we'd do a bit of a video of basically how we camp. So front and centre in the cab here, we'll start with the cab. We've got the VMS, was a bit of a pain to start with. We weren't really sure how it was going to go, but we worked it out. Yeah, it's got heaps of off-road tracks and camps and that sort of stuff, so that's been really good. We've got the two-way radio, which doesn't get used heaps when we're by ourselves, but definitely when we're travelling with other people. When we had Sian and Ben tagging along with us for the gear, but got a fair workout. We've got the voltmeter here, which is a really important bit of gear for us. We're running 2 fridge, so you're always sucking plenty of power. This shows us how our volts are going for our crank battery and then also our 2 auxiliary batteries. Really important. We're always keeping a really close eye on that to make sure everything's running okay. 12 volt plugs there just for more phone charging, that sort of stuff. In the center console, we've got a bit of miscellaneous stuff, watches and hand sanitizer and tyre gauges and that sort of stuff. Tyre gauges always get a workout. We're always dropping the tyres whenever we go off road. So we've got the map, HEMA map book there. Goes really well with the VMS. Plenty of campsites, that sort of stuff in there. So that's really handy. Behind the seats, it's a bit of a shambles. Everything and anything can end up in there, but basically the laptop bag goes behind Sian's seat. There's a fire extinguisher.
The jack's in there.
Yeah, we've got the jack. And then the backpack for when we go walking, doing hikes and that sort of stuff. Handbags, a few magazines, all the essentials. Hand cleaning the door there. Use that a fair bit. Tissues. Nice little convenient spot, but yeah, just try to keep it really tidy, which is a bit of a nightmare at times, but we try our best. We'll move on to the canopy. Righto, so this is our driver's side of the canopy, which is our full kitchen side. We've got the fridge up the front there, 50 litre Waco, that does the job. We've got the freezer on the other side. We've got the rubbish bag here, 3rd battery, which we chucked in about a month before we left. We just needed the extra power to run the 2 fridges, so we threw that one in. Compressor hose just lives there, nice convenient spot for it. Couple of 12 volt plugs there, charges phones. Obviously we've got to have the fridge plugged in, so that's where that goes. Basket at the front here, bits and bobs, pegs and clothesline and insect repellent, all that sort of stuff, all goes in there. We've got the drawer, just a single drawer, 4-drive super center jobby. Utensils go at the front, and then basically just all our cooking gear at the back, as well as tea and coffee pretty much. Condiments at the back as well, Vegemite and peanut butter and all that sort of stuff. That all goes in there. Little toast cooker. We've got pretty much our food prep area, which is on top of the drawer and just here. Basically our food containers, which you can see down here. The big grey one lives in that little slot there, and then the clear one goes on top of the black one, and they just go straight on top of the drawer with the cut locky straps thrown over them so they don't move around. So that works good. Basically just a little $20 butane stove there, does the job. That's all we really need. We've got that and the Weber, and yeah, really that's all we need. So butane cooker boils the water, and the Weber does pretty much everything else, so works good. Weber's all strapped in just with the little grunt straps there, so it doesn't move around, so we don't have to take it in and out all the time. We put the gas bottle in a milk crate, which fits perfectly, and then we've just screwed the milk crate through the tray.
Right, so you've seen the lounge room and the kitchen, now to the ensuite and the laundry. We came up with an idea from setting up the shower tent, which is really good. We like it. It just takes a little bit of time, obviously, and it's poles up and down. So we hung up our beach towels the other day, just pegged them to the canopy, and it worked for a great privacy screen. It works quite well also because we can hang our normal towels ready to go on the railing. Our loofah sits there. We've got our flooring, very fancy. We've got the 12 volt shower, so came from Ranger. It's just a little pump that sits in the bucket when the water's heated up on the kettle. We mix it with some cold and warm water. The shower head, wherever that is, normally sits like up in here, and there's a hook that's holding the fan up in the tent at the moment. That works like a normal shower, really good. And then we've got the switch that heads over to the port and plugs into a 12 volt sort of a section there. And then behind that is the water tank. So I think it's about 90 litres. It came with the car, sorry. It has been an absolute saving grace. The tap's just down the bottom here, so we fill it up with the hose that's just sitting above the fishing rods there. Yeah, sort of whenever we can, whenever there's free water that's drinkable, we fill it up there. The shovel and axe sit there as well. It's a bit of a tricky situation trying to make sure that ocky strap doesn't disappear. The table doesn't come out too often. Freezer sits right there. My warm clothes bag's there as well. We've got a bag each for shoes. That's Nigel's up there and that's mine down here. Good old faithful washing machine sort of works well in the ensuite, I'd say. It's like a basin for all your bits and bobs, your body wash and face cleaner and all that sort of thing. So the washing bucket, we just pop some water and detergent in there, mix it around, put our clothes in there, plunge it around, and then when you're driving or forward driving and things, it sort of just washes itself, which is amazing. Like, we really just have to wring it out when we get to camp, hang it up, and washing's done. Toolbox. This is just like all the spares and recoveries, any tools that Nigel's got in there, all our general stuff, WD-40, hammers, all that sort of jazz. The black boxes, this one here is empty most of the time for rubbish. So when we're on the Gib, we didn't have access to a whole lot of bins and things or tips. So any bags of rubbish that build up over that time, we pop it in that container, and that way it's sealed, it doesn't smell. And then underneath it, we've got another black one that's for extra bedding. So we've got 2 sets of sheets and things like that, and then bulky food. So any milk or juice and things that we can't fit in the food containers, we pop in that bottom one down there. Fishing rods, hose, like I said. Yeah, a couple of ocky straps for spares and things like that. And I think that's really it for the ensuite side of things.
Forgot to add, just the most important bit of the ensuite is our toilet. Awesome idea. Milk crate, $15 seat from Bunnings. Cut out the bottom of the milk crate with a jigsaw and cable tie it on. Best toilet seat ever.
Welcome to the bedroom. This is the Adventure Kings Tourer. We've had this rooftop tent for a couple of years now and it's been really good. It was probably one of the inspirations for coming on this trip because it was so comfortable. It just made us want to go camping lots more. So it actually comes with a 70mm mattress here, as you can see, and then we've added the eggshell. It doesn't quite fit all the way to the end, just for a bit of extra comfort while we're traveling for 8 months and sleeping in it all the time. Another great thing, we found on eBay this little 12-volt ceiling fan. You just unclip all the little wings and then you just tie up the cord that has its little switch there and plugs into the 12-volt port. It can all pack up in the tent here, so most of what you can see actually packs up in the tent when we close it, so it's really compact and it's quite surprising because we weren't sure whether it was going to be a bit difficult or not. We keep 4 pillows up here as well, so these 2 stay up here, and then we've got another set that we bring up here each night, which normally stay in the car behind the headrest. The windows really ventilate the tent quite well, and you know, we've got strings that it came with obviously to pull it together and helps it pack up a bit more. The shoe racks on either side, so we get up and we have clean feet and our shoes can stay there all night. And that's really it for the whole setup. In conclusion, I think it's been a great setup. We've been really lucky considering that we haven't had to change much at all, really. The only thing was probably the shower tent, not setting that up all the time and using the towels as a convenience thing. But everything else, because it's kind of screwed in, we kind of make it work, and it does work. Yeah, so we're very happy with everything. And that's really our setup, and that's probably how it'll stay for the rest of the trip, I'd reckon.